Hello everyone. Are you all student of life science or zoology, be it undergraduate or postgraduate, and wondering what to do next? என்ன மாதிரியான காம்படிட்டிவ் எக்ஸாம்ஸ் எழுதலாம் ஒரு என்ன மாதிரியான நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டெப் போகலாம் அப்படின்ற ஆலோசனைகளோட நீங்க இருந்தீங்க அப்படின்னா this video is for you. In this video, we're going to see a few things to master competitive exams in life sciences and zoology. So this video is going to teach you or give you main information about all these exams. So first of all, ஒரு life science or zoology student இருந்தீங்க அப்படின்னா என்னெல்லாம் exams எழுதலாம் அப்படின்றத பார்ப்போம். And we look into the perks of clearing all these exams, the exam pattern and the question patterns that can be asked. So first exam that you can appear to is your CSIR NET exam. And in the exam, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research along with National Testing Agency conduct பண்ணுவாங்க. So இந்த exam நீங்க clear பண்ணும்போது you will clear it in three categories. ஒன்னு PhD entrance gain பண்ணலாம் or assistant professor lectureship கான eligibility கிடைக்கும். And if you get a higher cutoff, junior research fellowship கிடைக்கும். And with the help of junior research fellowship, நீங்க PhD இல்லைன்னா உங்களோட ரிசர்ச்சை ஆரம்பிக்கலாம். So for first 2 years, JRF கீழே you will get a remuneration every month. அதுக்கப்புறமா third yearல இருந்து it will be converted to senior research fellowship and again 3 years you will have remuneration that you will gain. So in the exam, overall India worldwide is available and நீங்க எந்த கண்ட்ரில எந்த ஸ்டேட்ல எழுதினாலும் any state of the Indiaல இது வேலிடிட்டியே இருக்கும். So this is the first exam that you can appear to. And இந்த exam எழுதணும் அப்படின்னா நீங்க மாஸ்டர்ஸ் முடிச்சிருக்கணும் or pursuing பண்ற ஸ்டூடெண்டா இருக்கணும். அடுத்த exam, Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering, GATE. Now, GATE exam is conducted by different Indian Institutes of Science, IISCs, and Indian Institutes of Technologies. So, for in the exam, you will get opportunities to enter into IITs or IISCs for postgraduate or research opportunities. So, again, you can join any IIT or IISC if you clear this GATE exam. And under GATE exam, you can appear for biotechnology. So, this is again another important test that you can write. So, this mainly gives you the entrance to IITs. Next one is DBT-JRF. DBT-JRF, Department of Biotechnology conduct பண்ற biotechnology eligibility test. We call it the BET. Now, this is conducted by the Department of Biotechnology, Ministry of Science and Technology, which is nothing but the Government of India. Now, here you will get again junior research fellowship for biotechnology and life science subjects. Again, with the help of in the JRF வச்சுட்டு நீங்க PhD or your research நீங்க any labs or any under any government agencies or government departments that you can work and get your PhDs. Lastly, and next would be the ICMR JRF, which is conducted by Indian Council of Medical Research. And here also, this is an exam for junior research fellowship. So this is an entrance exam for research fellowships in biomedical sciences. So if you clear ICMR JRF, you can get into any ICMR across the country for your PhDs, or you can also do work under a research project. And finally, the SET exams or the state eligibility tests. Now, ஒரு ஸ்டேட்டுமே they will have their own state eligibility test. So it can be TN set, which is Tamil Nadu state eligibility test, or it can be Kerala state eligibility test, or Karnataka, or Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, West Bengal. So each and every state will have their own test eligibility test, and அங்க either the particular state or recruitment boards. For example, if for Tamil Nadu எடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னா, for us now it is teacher recruitment board conducting the exam. So either a recruitment board or a university in the exam conduct பண்ணும். And this exam is especially for assistant professor or lectureship eligibility. So in the exam clear பண்ணீங்கன்னா அந்த particular stateல you will have the eligibility to appear or to stand as a candidate for assistant professor. Basically lectureship or eligibility கிடைக்கும். So this test is most important in your state levels, okay, whatever state you are, and after that you can also appear for assistant professor exams. So these are the very important exams that a life science graduate or a postgraduate can apply. And this is not just it. There are a lot of exams that you can appear for, especially when there are research fellowship exams like CMRF, or you can apply for Prime Minister Fellowship. There are a lot of fellowships and exams that you can appear for. So in the upcoming videos, we'll be looking into different exams, different eligibility criteria. So eligibility criteria for each exam, what are the perks you will get, all that we'll be looking into the upcoming videos. But these are the main important exams that you can appear for. Now, What would you get if you clear these exams? In the competitive exams clear பண்ணீங்கன்னா what would be the perk? உங்களுக்கு என்ன ஒரு லாபம் இருக்கும்? There are quite a lot of things that I can list out, but the main things are, first thing, you can get an award of JRF or SRF. So Junior Research Fellowship and Senior Research Fellowship கிடைக்கும். So when you get a JRF, you will be getting a remuneration every month. Like for example, நீங்க CSIR net JRF clear பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா, you will get rupees 37,000 for the first 2 years. After that, you will get 42,000 for the next 3 years. So first 2 years, நீங்க JRF consider பண்ணப்படுவீங்க. After that, SRF consideration வரும். So first thing you will get is JRF and SRF. So with these remunerations, நீங்க PhD பண்ணலாம், or you can do any research, or you can work under any research project. So that is one of the main important thing that you can do after completing your MSc. Any subjects under your life science stream. And next is your eligibility to assistant professor. So if you clear either NET, SET, or SLET, you will get an eligibility to stand as a candidate for assistant professor or lectureship. So you can apply for different colleges, be it aided, management, or government colleges. NET SET இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா, it is an additional benefit. And those who have completed MSc or studying MSc can appear for these exams. The next one is you can get entrance eligibility for PhD and postgraduate degrees. So especially CSI NET has another category which is for PhD entrance. So only if you clear that, you will have the eligibility to register as a PhD candidate up to 1 year. Also, if you clear GATE or other exams, you will get postgraduate degree opportunities. So you can get into any IITs or IISCs or top classes, universities or colleges in India to pursue your postgraduate exam. So once நீங்க BSc முடிச்சிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா, you can apply or appear for all these GATE exams. And you will also get a lot of research opportunities because countrywide பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, in several government institutions or boards or all these research departments, more preference is given to a candidate who has cleared an exam. Okay, ICMR or DBT or CSIR. So any exam in the competitive exams clear பண்ண students there will be preference, and they will also get a higher remuneration than a non-candidate, than a candidate who has not cleared any of these exams. So research opportunities increase agum, and you will also get a lot of job opportunities, be it in public sector or in private sector. So this will open up a wide range of job opportunities for you. So நம்ம ரொம்ப constricted இல்லாம, you can apply to any colleges or any research fields, R&D departments. So நிறைய விதமான ஒரு broad range ஆன job opportunities open பண்ணி கொடுக்கும். So to do all these, you have to clear either of the exams. So நீங்க என்ன path choose பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறீங்களோ அதை base பண்ணி you can choose the exam. Or a general bit of advice, you can try all the exams and just see where it can work for you. Now coming to the exam pattern. So in the exams எல்லாத்துக்குமே separate like unique exam patterns இருக்கும். But a few things are very common for all these exams. So first thing that is very common with all these exams, இது எல்லாமே are computer based exams. They are all CBT mode exams, meaning it will be conducted through computers. Okay, so it will be conducted on a computer. And you will have mostly multiple choice questions. So you will have a question with multiple options. You will have a question and multiple choice out of which நீங்க ஒரு ஆப்ஷனை செலக்ட் பண்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும். So this is most common with all exams. அதுக்கப்புறமா you will have multiple selection question where ஒரு questionக்கு நிறைய ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்கும், அதுல more than one options கரெக்டா இருக்கும். So அந்த மாதிரி you will have multiple selection question. And third category is numerical questions. So numerical answer type. So that is another category. So மொத்தமா overall பார்க்கும்போது generally இந்த மூணு typesல நீங்க questions expect பண்ணலாம். So very few exams you will have descriptive questions. Mostly அதெல்லாமே it's related to other civil exams or other government exams. You will have descriptive type. But நீங்க life science பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் or these entrance exams or the research fellowship exams எல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா descriptive exams, descriptive answers or questions வந்துட்டு இருக்காது. Mostly you will have only MCQs. And இந்த எல்லா எக்ஸாம்ஸ்லயும் ஒரு காமனான விஷயம் இஸ் நெகட்டிவ் மார்க்கிங். ஸோ இஃப் யூ ஆன்சர் இட் ரைட் உங்களுக்கு ஒரு சர்டன் பாயிண்ட்ஸ் அலோகேட் பண்ணப்படும். அண்ட் இஃப் யூ கிவ் அ ராங் ஆன்சர் யூ வில் ஹாவ் அ நெகட்டிவ் மார்க்கிங். ஸோ சம்டைம்ஸ் 50% கட் பண்ணுவாங்க, இல்லை 25% ஆஃப் த ரைட் ஆன்சர், கரெக்ட் ஆன்சருக்கு கொடுக்குற மார்க்ஸ்ல இருந்து 25% மைனஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ நெகட்டிவ் மார்க்கிங் இஸ் வெரி காமன். தட் இஸ் வை திஸ் காம்படிட்டிவ் எக்ஸாம் இஸ் லிட்டில் பிட், நம்ம காம்படிட்டிவ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லும் போதே இட் இஸ் a little bit challenging, right? So this negative marking poses a slight challenge to the students. Now, what and all types of questions can you expect? Or என்ன மாதிரியானலாம் கேட்பாங்க? First thing they'll ask is for your general aptitude. So உங்களோட reasoning skills, உங்களோட aptitude skills check பண்ணுவாங்க. முக்கியமா your mathematical skills, okay, they will check all your general aptitude skills எல்லாமே check பண்ணுவாங்க. And முக்கியமா quantitative aptitude. And you will have research analytical skill testing. So how good you are in research. So if especially CSIR or DBT, PET exams எடுக்கும்போது they will check for your research skills. So if our experiment இருந்துச்சுன்னா how are you interpreting it, or how are you analyzing it, all that analytical skills, research skills will be tested. Your deep understanding of the subject will be tested. So how far have you understood your subject, how far are you are well advanced in your subject, that will be understood, that will be tested. And for some exams your teaching skills will also be tested. So teaching skills is also important, especially if you take exams for assistant professor, like set exams எடுத்துட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா teaching skills is one of the main criterion. So அந்த மாதிரி இந்த மாதிரியான விஷயங்கள் தான் your exam will be testing you. Now coming to the type of question pattern that you can expect. என்ன விதமான கேள்விகளை நீங்க எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணலாம்? ஸோ தேர் ஆர் லாட் ஆஃப் டைப்ஸ். அதுல வெரி காமன் டைப்ஸ், சில காமன் டைப் ஆஃப் கொஸ்டின்ஸ் அண்ட் எப்படி அதை ஹேண்டில் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்றத நம்ம ஷார்ட்டா பார்க்கலாம். அண்ட் வரப்போற வீடியோஸ்ல, அப்கமிங் வீடியோஸ்ல வில் பி லுக்கிங் இன் டு டிஃப்ரெண்ட் டைப்ஸ் ஆஃப் கொஸ்டின்ஸ், ஹவு டு ஹேண்டில் இட், என்ன சப்ஜெக்டை எப்படி படிக்கணும், எந்த யூனிட்ஸ் எப்படி கான்சென்ட்ரேட் பண்ணணும், a lot more we will be discussing in the upcoming videos. So the first type would be mutational phenotype or transplantation based. So if you take all these experimental questions, இந்த ஜீன்ல மியூட்டேட் ஆச்சுன்னா எப்படி ஆகும், இல்ல இந்த பார்ட்டை இன்னொரு இடத்துல டிரான்ஸ்பிளான்ட் பண்ணா what would be the result. So அந்த மாதிரியான analytical questions will be one type. And arranging in the order. So there will be sequences given or events given or cascade mechanism, எல்லாமே jumbled கொடுப்பாங்க. You have to arrange it in order. So that is very common. Normally any processes or cascade mechanisms, events in a particular developmental process, all this can be asked in arranging or ordering type of questions. Next is numerical questions. Now this is very common. So a lot of subjects under your life science has numerical questions. And in a general aptitude or quantitative aptitude எடுத்தாலே அதுல numerical questions இருக்கும். And several subjects like for example gene mapping or biochemical reactions, kinetics, all this will have numerical questions. Statistics, இது எல்லாமே நீங்க calculate பண்ணி understand பண்ணி நீங்க attend பண்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும். So for all these questions அந்த formulaவை படிக்கிறது is very important. Next would be match the following. Again, very common. All right, number any exam you can expect one or two match the following. So enzymes or the uses in or any particular process and other origination or where does it happen? Scientists on the discovery, animals, related places, natural sanctuaries, for example, or hormone function. So we can give a lot of list. So depending on what exam you're writing, you will have one type of a match the following that will be asked. Next is technique based or an experimental based analysis question. Okay, so they will explain a technique, ask you to understand, give an interpretation, or experimental explain பண்ணிட்டு they'll ask you to do the interpretation. Okay, such questions are very important and very common as well because these will test your research skills. Okay, so experimental type questions are also very common. Next is questions that involve graphs, images. Okay, so sometimes it can be graphs or pie diagrams or histograms, or sometimes it can be images like pedigree images or karyotyping images or any cellular images. Not very common, but you will definitely have questions that involve graphs or images. So this is one type of question. Next would be questions based on pathways. So metabolic pathways or chemical pathways. So this is again very common with life science, right? We'll have a lot of reactions that happen, biochemical reactions that happen, plants or animals or developmental processes. So based on those pathways, they will have ask you questions. ஸோ இந்த பாத்வேல இந்த பர்டிகுலர் இடத்துல ஒரு மியூட்டேஷன் நடந்துச்சுன்னா என்ன நடக்கும், ஆர் இஃப் திஸ் என்சைம் கோஸ் மிஸ்ஸிங் வாட் வில் ஹேப்பன் இஃப் யூ டேக் ஆஃப் த ப்ராடக்ட் ஆர் த ரியாக்டன்ட். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரியான கேள்விகளை நீங்க எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ இஃப் யூர் வெல் versed in your pathways, then these type of questions will be an easy thing for you. So this is one type. அடுத்து concept based questions. Now this is very common, and majority of questions will be concept based, especially if you take part B questions. 2 mark questions எல்லாம் எடுத்துக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா they're all concept based. What is what, define this, இல்ல இதோட definition என்ன, or definition கொடுத்துட்டு what is this term called, scientist names, years, places, இது எல்லாமே will come under concept based questions. So current trends இருக்கட்டும், or current developments இருக்கட்டும், or projects or recent acts, what and all measures have been taken, schemes, all this will come under concept based questions. So உங்களோட சப்ஜெக்டோட பேசிக் நாலேஜை தான் இந்த மாதிரியான questions டெஸ்ட் பண்ணும். So that is again very important. Next is formula based questions. So as I already told you, numerical mari, you will also have formula based questions. So formula la in the change irundhucha enna agum, or what would be the actual formula. So a little bit of manipulation with the formula they will ask you. Next is correct or incorrect type of questions. Again, another very common one, where they'll give you statements கொடுத்துட்டு identify the correct statements or identify the incorrect statements. So these and all require a little bit in-depth knowledge. So உங்களோட advanced understanding, உங்களோட understanding skills test பண்ற மாதிரி these questions, correct incorrect type questions இருக்கும். So these are some common questions that you can see in all these competitive exams, and either based on you can do your studying. ஸோ whenever you are preparing, நீங்க இந்த இதெல்லாமே நீங்க மைண்ட்ல ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கலாம். ஓகே, இந்த மாதிரி கேட்பாங்க, இல்ல இந்த மாதிரி ப்ரிப்பேர் ஆகணும், அந்த மாதிரியான ஒரு ஐடியாக்காக தான் we have discussed all about this. So upcoming videos நீங்க you can keep following the channel, you can subscribe to the channel and keep following. We will update you with all the recent exams or அதுல இருக்கிற schemes, the eligibility criterion, how to prepare, how to present preparation strategies. We'll have a separate discussion on that, and then different topics, mukyamana topics ellame we'll be discussing, and a lot more information will be shared with you. So keep in touch with us through this channel. Wishing you all the very best. So whoever is preparing or yet to prepare, illa neenga already prepare பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டீங்க அப்படினாலும், I hope all these videos will be useful for you. Wishing you all the best. Have a good day. Take care, and definitely upcoming videos we can keep in touch. So if you want any queries, or if you want to ask anything, any doubts, you can put it in the comment section. Thank you all and have a nice day.